Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a backflip in only one day. Now to start, I will be breaking down the technique as much as possible and progressions will be later in the video. Now without further ado, let's get started. Now to start, we need to work on our takeoff. What you want to do for your takeoff is you want most of your power to go into height, but you still want some into rotation so you can make it around and not land on your neck. What you want to do is lean your chest back and push your hips forward so you stay in the same spot. And then you can use this to snap your knees like a rubber band, which I'm about to teach you in this next part. Now, once you have your set down, it's time to start moving into your tuck. What you want to do for your tuck is you want to wait until the peak of your jump. You want to snap your knees to your shoulders like a rubber band. You want your knees to go out to your shoulders like this. You don't want to do a gymnast tuck where you go right here in the middle. You want to push out so that you can get your knees tighter in and you can rotate faster. Now, here's an example of what that should look like. Now, what you want to do with your head is really simple but really important. What you want to do is keep it neutral until you grab your knees, and then you want to look back so that you can see the trampoline right before you land. Watch. Common mistake people do with their head is that they whip their head back way too early, and what that does is it causes you to whip the backflip and it causes you to lean your chest back, which makes you go backwards. That looks like this. And now finally, to open up and land the flip, what you want to do is once you see the ground, you're gonna have to maybe wait a little bit, maybe not. You're gonna have to judge it and you get used to that over time. But what you wanna do is you wanna kick your legs out and then bring it up and then absorb. This is what that looks like. So then when you put it all together, it should look like this. And now let's move on to some progressions to make the backflip feel less scary. To start, all you're gonna do is fall to your back like this. Like this. Now what you want to do is add a little bounce so it looks like this. And then once you're comfortable with that, it's time to go max height. That's going to look something like this. And then once you're comfortable with that, it's time to move on to the next progression. The next progression is a pullover and it looks something like this. And how you do that is really simple. All you do is land on your back with your feet at a 90-degree angle. You have your head up so you don't hit your head on the trampoline. And then you kick your feet over your head, pull into a tuck, open up and land. Here's a slow-mo so you can get a better demonstration. Now, once you get comfortable with the pullover, it's time to do the backflip. The backflip is easier but scarier than the pullover. So what you want to do is think of it as a pullover, but you just don't hit your back. And do all the techniques that I taught you in the beginning of the video and you should be fine. Here, your first one is probably going to look like this. And once you have done that, you have officially done your very first backflip. And then keep working at it, and eventually you can get it to look like this. Alright guys, I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.